So we've got this parabola, which has a turning point at 3 and 1, and looks something like this. So the domain of f is all real numbers because there's no restriction, and the range of f will be 1 to infinity because the turning point is up at y equals 1 and then goes up higher. Will the inverse be a function? Well, f is many to 1, therefore its inverse will be 1 to many and not a function. Okay, so now the question changes to defining g, which has the same rule as f, but a different domain. And I've got to come up with that domain that will mean that g will have its inverse as a function. So I need to make it 1 to 1, and I can do that in two ways. I can choose these values in the domain, or I can choose these values in the domain, and both of them are maximal domains. It doesn't matter which one you pick. I'm going to pick d is from 3 to infinity. So this is going to be my graph for g of x, going from 3 to infinity, and that point there is 3, 1. So its inverse will be sitting up here at 1, 3, and will be the positive square root. Then the question asks for the equation of the inverse, its domain and its range. Well, I know that the domain of the inverse will equal the range of g, and the range of g is 1 to infinity. And I know that the range of the inverse will equal the domain of g, which is 3 to infinity. And to work out the equation, so I've got y equals x minus 3 squared plus 1. Swap them. I've got x equals y minus 3 squared plus 1. X minus 1 equals y minus 3 squared. Y minus 3 equals plus or minus the square root of x minus 1. So y equals 3 plus or minus the square root of x minus 1. And since my range goes from 3 to infinity, I want 3 plus the square root. So g inverse of x is going to be 3 plus the square root of x minus 1. And my inverse, as you can see here, is the positive square root. Had I have chosen this one here, then I would have had the negative square root as part of the rule.